What's going on, y'all? I haven't made a video in a while. I just been hard at it trying to get working on this stuff and get this car done, but just trying to stay busy, especially today, y'all. Just one message from me to you, y'all. Definitely tell your family and friends and whoever you love that you love them, man, because you never know when somebody's last day is going to be. And I found out one of my really close childhood cousins, man, passed away. Drugs will kill, y'all, so man, he'd been battling heavy drugs for a minute and supposedly had sobered up, but by the time the drugs had gotten his system and everything, over the years, it just took a toll on his heart. He had to take some medication. I guess he wasn't taking the medication recently, and who knows, they don't know yet as far as what happened, but either he stopped taking his medication or reverted back to drugs. Ended up finding him passed out in his house, man. So it's tough. I'm really sad, really sad. Even though we haven't been as close over the years, man, we grew up being together every single day, and he's still family, and I still love him. And anyways, I don't want to make this a sob story or anything like that, but keep your family close, y'all, friends close, and tell them that you love them before it's too late. All right, so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go to this next clip, show y'all what's been going on with the Caprice and my builds and new parts and things like that, so stay tuned. All right, y'all, so here we go. If you don't know what this is a Trailblazer SS TBSS intake cover. So basically an engine cover. And I was actually very lucky to find one of these. I usually have to research for a really long time to find something that I'm looking for, especially in particular. And luckily, there was none on eBay. I searched and nothing for a little while. And then I decided to kind of randomly check Facebook Marketplace. And people were kind of asking for them, and nobody was selling them. So there was a thread on one of the LS pages that I'm on, LSX, I think, parts for sale. And if you guys aren't in that group, join it. Tons of parts for sale. But a guy was asking for one, and I think one guy chimed in and said he had one, and then another guy chimed in and said he had this one, and said that, oh, my friend has one for sale, has new vinyl, so they put white vinyl on here and clean it all up. And man, this thing's almost like brand new. Just a little dirty, but I can clean it up. And so I kind of hijacked the thread. I didn't message him. I messaged him, just inboxed the guy directly who said he had this one and asked if it was still available. He said yes. And it was actually a friend of his who was selling it for somebody else. And, you know, it's kind of not really sketchy, but he was super responsive and everything. But, you know, he said that his friend was selling it and not him. So I just kind of stalked his Facebook page and everything. And he seemed pretty legit. And he was getting back to me right away and everything. And so I paid him through PayPal. And if you guys don't know, if you pay through PayPal, pay the extra 3% and send it as friends and family. Or not friends and family, but as goods and services, because if you guys don't know, PayPal will back that up 100%. And if you send money for a product, send it goods and services, y'all, because it'll help you in the long run, even if it's just that extra little dollar amount to pay for. Because I've been burned before, and luckily not for a whole lot, but I've also actually paid people through PayPal and been burned, but PayPal had reimbursed me immediately, and then they go after the seller. So it works. I paid like $130 shipped for this, and in this big box he probably actually paid close to $30 in shipping, so he maybe made $100 off it, which I think is really fair for one of these, because they seem to go for a lot more than that. And so I got this. So this is going to be my engine cover. I'm probably going to have to mod it a little bit to make it work, but we should be good to go. I'm going to take you back to the back room because I got something else as well. And I wanted to show you these lenses that I got. So these are headlights. I actually took them apart. They're really cheap ones from eBay. They're projector lenses, HID 6K. So I decided to go with 6K instead of 8K because I didn't want to be hassled with being pulled over. And these are like crystal clear with a slight tint of blue. The 8K was like a little bit more blue. And I just didn't want to be hassled with maybe being pulled over and stuff like that. You know, sometimes cops are kind of weird out here and whatnot. So these are super bright. and I'm happy with that. They also came with a halo lens, which was shitty. I mean, these things were only like 70 shipped. I figured I'd probably would have to take them apart and do something with them, so that's what I did. I had this flex light already, or I actually ordered this. So what I'm probably gonna do is make my own halos, because the halos in here sucked. It was like one light, y'all. It was like one little bulb. Actually 2 little bulbs, and it sat like right here, and then it was supposed to light the whole thing, and that thing barely lit anything. So I'm gonna make my own. These are edge lit, so they have the bulbs on the edges here, if you guys can see right here on the edges. So that way you can mount them like that, and then you can get the light to shine outward on the edge there, so like it should. So I'm gonna modify that to make it work, and then I'm gonna just these weren't put together very well either. They were silicone together, and they had gaps in there and everything, so if water got in there, it would have just destroyed it. So I'm gonna basically put them together, probably epoxy them back together with like some JB Weld or something in small places, and then I'm gonna silicone the rest so no water gets in. So I'm gonna do those. I only got 2 of them, so, and I'm gonna see how they work, and then if they work good, then I'm going to get the other ones. They came with everything, the ballast, the headlights, all that. So good to go on that. Let me go out to the garage and I'll show you what else I'm quick before I go out to the garage. So I didn't mention this, but I had ordered some chrome vinyl wrap, and it's for this reason. So I had always been curious about chroming my whole front clip of my car. And just because there's so much chrome and shiny stuff on, in the front of the car, I thought, like, man, the whole clip would probably look dope chromed out. So as you can see, this was all white like my car, and all this is chrome, and with the bumper and everything, it actually flows really good. I have one on it already. So this is just some cheap stuff. It's not very good. I will never vinyl wrap anything again because it was a bitch. Even this part and wrapping around the edges sucked. But yeah, I'll show you what the car looks like, or with it on, and I'll show you. So anyways, I thought it turned out pretty good. So all right, y'all, in the garage now. So here's one put on, and then here's that other one that I just showed you that is off. So as you can see, like I was saying, like basically a lot of the car is chrome, the bumpers and everything, and it kind of flows, and that's why I was like, oh man, this thing would look super cool chromed out and everything. But I tried to do it on this, and it was a bitch. So I spent hours trying to figure it out and wasn't able to, and plus the type of material that I have is just not very good. Like I said, I only paid $30 for it. The good stuff, they want like $300, and I wasn't about to pay that. So I was like, nah, no thank you. But I was able to get this done, and I actually really like it. I think it looks pretty sharp on there, and I think it looks really good. And so looks a little bit dull right now because it's in the garage, but yeah, I actually really like it. I think it turns out great. As you can see, I had some rock chips there, but you can kind of see a little bit of the imperfections with the rock chips, but that's all right, whatever. But while I had it off, y'all, I painted all this, so this was all faded, kind of like this is right here. So see how it's faded black here, and this is the new paint. So I'm gonna repaint that at some point. This part here and everything else is already repainted. But yeah, y'all, looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So that'll look pretty sharp on there. We'll see the ultimate test how it holds in the sun. I already had one piece on and it started to kind of peel, but I think I knew why. But we'll see. That's why I kind of still have it in the garage now, so that way it can kind of totally cure and not get blasted by the sun. It's been actually fairly hot here in the 80s lately. So, but everything is pretty much tidied up on the motor. So I'm gonna put the cover right on there, and that should look pretty sharp. What else? I cleaned up a lot of the wiring as far as the loom. So I have this like self-adhesive electrical tape that's non-sticky, but it sticks to itself. Shout out to Rusty Wrenches for that. That actually worked great, cleaning that right up, so that looked good. I changed some wiring and everything, so I ran my new weld cable, 2-gauge power wire from the alternator to the battery, positive battery, side of the battery, so that's good. I reran my OBD2 power and ground straight from there to the battery itself, so that's good. Intake, everything is all tidied up. I had to extend this map sensor over here from the back to here, so I extended that. That's good. My rail that I custom made, you probably won't see another rail like it. but I used compression fittings and that worked good. Took some modifications to make that work and a lot of time and effort. Just for added precaution, I think I had a little, just like barely, like not when it was running, but if it would sit for some time, I'd get a little bit, just a little bit of wetness, but it wasn't enough to leave a puddle at all. So this is actually a Fuel Line rated epoxy that you can buy. I think Permatex makes it. Let me see. Let me grab it. Yeah, Permatex makes it. It's Fuel Tank Repair. And I've had this actually for a while, and I've actually had to use it a couple times. And what it is like it's a two-part epoxy that comes together, but when you mix it up, that's when you apply it. And man, that stuff has worked great. I used it on my Grand National because I had a blowout on one of my rusty lines, and I used it on there, and it never leaked again, y'all. Ever. It didn't leak again at all. And I used it for something else before. I used it for something else totally separate, and it worked. And so I was like, oh, for added precaution, I'll put it right here on the bottom of this fitting, and it's been great. So what I'm gonna do is probably just take my touch-up paint, black paint, and just paint that black, and you'll never know. So did that, and what else? Oh, so I'm actually fabbing up my own AC bracket, and where is it at? So it's right here. So I got a video on this, and I don't think I posted it yet, but that's actually out of like a mid-90s Silverado or GMC or something. So S10, they all use the same bracket. And what you do is the bottom piece right here actually extends out, and it comes to like a point. You cut that off, and then that's the tensioner. There's a pulley and there's a pulley there. So there's two pulleys, and that's where the R4 kind of pancake style compressor goes. And you can use that bracket on the LS motors with just a little bit of modification. And one thing you have to do is turn the water neck from here to here like I have it right now, and I did that the other day. This was kind of my tester because I'm going to replace this water pump because it was has developed a leak out of the weep hole in the bottom, so I think a seal or something is going bad inside. So that's kind of my tester, and I went through it a few times, and it worked great as far as you know, moving it. It leaked a little bit, so what I did is I took it out, and then I filled it in with some Right Stuff gasket sealer, put it back in. It's been great, y'all. Been great. So shoot, y'all, that's pretty much it, y'all. I've just been hard at it at work. I modified these lines a little bit. I got a new AC condenser right here. That's from an 89-90 box Chevy that I'm going to replace here because it's going to move these inlets over to this side. That way when my R4 compressor is here, I'll just buy the lines from like an 89-90 box, and that way I can run it from here to here and over to the accumulator. So I'm going to buy another one from a accumulator from a 89-90 box too. So I'm gonna be set. So I plan to put AC in this hopefully in a few weeks. So we'll see, y'all, but it's coming together, y'all. It's coming together. My grill's coming together. I'll show you right here. So this is my custom grill, sneak peek at this. I haven't forgot about y'all on this. Just so you know, all these columns right here are gonna look like this, and I'm custom made these myself as well. The reason I still have these in here is because of the mounting holes that are like right here. This is for the emblem, but this is to mount to the car. I have to move these tabs to different locations for my car because for some reason this was different for the 78, or not 78 but 79 box that I took it off of. So I don't have much room, so I couldn't really show you, so I'll try to come over here, that way you can kind of see what it looks like. But it looks pretty good, y'all. Pretty good. So yeah, y'all, so my battery's about to die. I don't want to run this too long, but yeah, we running, y'all. We going. I'm about to get this thing together so we can take this thing for a cruise today and just see how it runs. Oh, and I got it tuned, y'all. I got it tuned, and it's running great right now. Running great. So I haven't really took it out for a good drive yet. I'm about to now, and we're here in a little bit, and then I'll keep y'all updated. All right, deuces, and we'll holla.